Phoenix, Arizona, 1991. The vampire softly touched the bloodied cheek of the boy. He could feel the child trembling and wondered if it were from the knowledge that he was about to die, or was it from the cold. Such soft and wonderful eyes peering up at him, pleading. There was poetry to the kill that no human seemed to understand. The boy was blond. The vampire had a weakness for children considered tow-headed. The boy started speaking in Spanish. "I do not understand you, child," the vampire softly whispered. His hands touched the child again, trying in his own way to comfort. As much as the creature tried to fool himself, he knew that he was dealing with an animal that held deep feelings. Animal. That is what he had to continually tell himself. Humans were nothing more than food for survival. The boy coughed. His crying was becoming complex, and he was finding it harder and harder to breathe. The cough was too loud. Soon this vessel would have to be destroyed. For about a week, the vampire, Anton Gerold by mortal naming, had tried his best to remain within an abandoned envelope factory. The place was dark, dank, and held within it a certain charm that kept away the curious. Several homicides, drug-related, did the rest to keep away the stubborn. "Your dressing is coming along, I think," Anton grunted, inspecting the boy's lines. The boy, Anton never knew his name, was captured on his way to a corner store on Friday night several months ago. The vampire strongly suspected that the parents were frantic, demanding that the local constables inquire as to the whereabouts of said child. It was only logical. That is, after all, what he would have done. "Me Easter," the boy cried, his teeth grinding in divine agony. The effect of Anton's work had always mystified him. So beautiful. "No more talking to the food," the vampire huffed. The boy had attached to him several bottles of blood Anton managed to steal from a local blood bank, hoping to constantly use a host to help feed him. It unfortunately was an approaching election year, and the local politicians had been playing the two-dimensional game of giving a damn, making it harder and harder for the creature to hunt. It had been raining for close to 3 hours. When it did rain, waterfalls trickled into the factory, causing the whole place to smell even worse. Vampires had keen noses. It was one of their defenses from encounters with the living. Old rolls of brown paper held within them several layers of mold, which provided some nourishment. From time to time, Anton tore off some of the green slime, chewing it as an in-between snack. The child was frightened. The blood coursed through his veins at an incredible rate. Anton could hear the rhythmic beating of the kid's heart. It was steadily gaining in both speed and blood volume. It was like ambrosia to the ears. "Just about time." There was a slight twitch in the creature's bottom lip. "Almost there." The young boy cringed, trying his best to look away from the vampire's eyes. He shook his head, not facing Anton. Had he been praying? Sometimes the vampire had stopped to wonder. There was no help from God. God was out of his office. God could not help Anton Gerold. How did this boy think he would stop to help him? Humans and their stupid hope. "It will not be much longer. I have worn out my welcome, it appears, and need to move onward." A series of police sirens could be heard in the distance. "Hey," the vampire asked the boy softly, "would you like to see a trick?" The crying and coughing paused, if only for a brief moment. The boy had become too weak and pale to respond with excitement. He simply looked up at the vampire from under the bed he had been chained to.